94.7 Asempa FM so ne Ekosiisen dwumadi no asogu so a wotie no yeda mo nyina ase adofonom sama twen ya me yakọ aba 6 minutes and it will be 4 p.m. Ekosiisen so ne medin dio saibon so from yobi mo a mo de messages eba ye me here asem segment so nyinara yeda mo ase make us say Professor Opoku-Amankwa ewa ono ye the Director General of the Ghana Education Service in the NNO ABD and Komoba. I would read some few messages now for ya share atwas Obi. Tell the medical doctors they've been pampered for far too long. They make it look like they are the only people who contribute to healthcare delivery in Ghana. They must remain in their consulting room and stop the interferences in the lab. Okay, also the Ghana is it Association of Medical Lab Scientists are together. Eric Dankwa from Dobro Nedie Eni. This one says, are you talking about manhandling of travelers by airport workers? Last year, when I was returning from Ghana, there was this guy with a sniffer dog who ignored my bag, yet he forced the dog on my bag. And he suddenly said he wants my bag to be searched. Okay. I told him it was kakokobi and some smoked fish. He ended up damaging it but didn't tell me anything. I saw it when I got to Schiphol Airport. Okay, Onel Amponsa in Amsterdam, Edia or de Abba. And Onel, thank you. This one says, Ish, we also come to and I meet the rock and roll. We also came to meet the rock and roll dance. So when we used to go to dance, you people call it jams and pubs now. And Abamfo, thank you. And Abamfo Atakrade and on the way about Yada Papa. This one says, Obi, here are videos of 10 excavators set on fire in the home of the owner in Prestia. Hey, the videos you show say your owner ni home pa no. Would come back to those. Make sure have videos no amamo. You've still not gotten it, right? Okay. Ain't where your videos are on my Sunday Edia Brain from Prestia. Yenya issues. Kakanti mo amo share on Facebook. No be say your Facebook live stream no end. But we are starting a new stream. Are we up now? We are up now. Okay. Ain't we've started a new stream. Oba Facebook Live ubitimi ashayen na when who said the new mercy echo when the videos are ready would show you those videos as well. Inti mo anamo share on the first stream no end inti you're starting new stream and you can still connect with us on our Sempa 94.7 FM page or Facebook. Now who said the newma is the Echo Professor Opoku-Amankwa Dada until you get to hear from him in a moment. Now Yasha said the newma ABC Ako and Sembe Brina and Ewoho. We say okay. They say they should stop the illegal mining. Okay, wait for Omanhene. So they have moved the destructive excavators from the site. So should they go ahead and burn them even when they are outside the red zones? Which law empowers them to do this? We are all against illegal mining, but this is akin to instant justice, which we all abhor. Okay, I hear you. Thank you. Auntie, Honorable Sokolala, and so say happy birthday to a good friend and a brother Eric Jesse Baden, aka Bogoso of Ablekuma Central Municipal Assembly, on the head of IT. And the Honorable Sokolala says happy birthday to you, Eric Jesse Baden. Let me see the other messages and then we would welcome Prof into our studios. Obi, tell Oman that due to the bias mentality on the development of Ghana, if he becomes president, hila. Okay, nti odo say there I was say or share the crew for have a very important to Oman. Obi, please tell Oman that Osachifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah did nothing in his hometown called in Nkrofo. So it is not all presidents who choose to develop their hometown first when they become leaders in their country. That's why Kwame Nkrumah stands tall amongst all our president. Okay. One for Wudin and Kahon. but there are loads and loads of messages. Samuel Ablodepe, for example, comes through with this one. So good afternoon, Obi. I'm worried about the twist in the fight against Galamsey. The focus has shifted from fighting the menace to burning of excavators used for the illegal operation. This conversation has the potential of distracting the effort to deal with this national challenge, which, if not stopped, could lead to the country importing drinking water in some few years to come. Burning of excavators and other mining equipment is heartbreaking, cruel, and not a good enough panacea to the problem. Though government means well, I dare say the fight against Galamsey is meaningless if the mafias in Kasok and Suit are not named, apprehended, shamed, and punished by law. I leave you with Proverbs 16:25. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Thank you very much. Samuel Ablodepe and on the way up. We say, didn't small-scale miners campaign against the president? These fellows were actually reported to have donated vehicles to a key competitor with a pledge to campaign nationwide for the recipient of their donation. Okay. This one says, Unia, the major cause of the insatiable greed and get-rich-quick attitude among civil servants today is the monumental failure of the system to recognize and reward hard work. If you recall, somewhere last year, a retired news anchor, Charles Amankwa, in an interview with Radio XYZ, revealed how he took home just 20,000 Ghana cedis after dedicating 32 years of his active life serving the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. As you are aware, this same 20K is someone's personal weekly expenditure. In fact, chicken feed for those who cut corners. It's a systemic failure we must address as a country. Sir Obama is in Pokwase. Message is the dorsal. But Prof Opoku-Amankwa, Prof Akwaba, Apom Boko there.
Apom Boko, Obi.
GS Boko.
Aho Boko pa. Mijilisa mohase nsu Boko.
Nyame adom.
Udofu pebi pa wase me ba minchia uma.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oye MP.
Oh, okay.
Me so me kuma pa.
Oh, sir. Na nidi ye ana obeke no ache me off air.
Oh, me catch over here.
Okay. Okay.
Honorable Dr. Ama.
Oh. Honorable Prince Hamidu Ama. No, it's too much. Prince Ama is brutal. Kwesi member of parliament. Yeah.
So Kwesi wo na me you.
Oh, sir.
Me go school or mo no me call Apramido.
Oh, okay.
My own barracks.
Oh, my own barracks. Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
Oh, yeah, me cry, me coco.
Oh, that's very important. That's very important. Wow. And by extension, we are Kwesi constituent. Wow, that's nice. That's nice. And Professor Opoku-Amankwa and Moten and Prof, I would want us to start from here. Now, maybe based on this, you respond to issues at Ghana for okay. I must say, sir, for the whole of this week, your colleagues at Joy FM on the Super Morning Show have been running a series on free senior high school, how we can identify issues a woman in Yaboa up in the Pumas. Remember, but some of the concerns are parents need be a casa on the show Ediaba. Maybe we start with this one. Now if Prof a year and one and then the other one's not what was. Now if about new timetable na mo dia ba betu dwa no na ye di ho enkomo calendar sorry na ye di ho enkomo e di entie we.
You're saying that you would rather pay fees than have free SHS in its current state.
I want to pay fees today than my daughter or my son enjoying this free SHS. I mean, how much is school fees? How much is school fees? If I calculate how much I have spent within 2-3 months on teachers coming home, if I have 4 core subject teachers coming home and I'm paying 2,000 each within a month, how much? Could you calculate it yourself? Just within a month, 2,000 for each subject teacher, because I want her to do well in that area. And if I'm to bring teachers for all the subjects, I think they are doing about 8 subjects or 10 or so. What is this? And, you know, my daughter told me something before she left for school about a month ago. She said, Mommy, I know you. If I tell you this, you go and sit on radio and exposed me. And I said, you just tell me I won't. She said, Mommy, some of the students are lying on the floor. They sleep on the floor. I said, Jesus Christ, in this coronavirus era. You see, Kwejo?
This is a very disturbing report, Nana.
Yes. And you are telling us that we should teach our children social distancing.
Yeah.
Whilst you are doing the opposite in schools, in your schools.
Nana,
how do we
because
teach them?
because we
when
can't.
When they come on, we teach them. When they go to school, it's a different story altogether.
I understand, Nana, because we can't mention.
When my daughter is going to school, her provisions alone cost about 3,000. And I have a son too, so we spend about 6,000 on them. Initially, they were complaining about food and blah, 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 blah. And I thought, I know my children. They don't like eating outside, so I didn't mind them until I interviewed some of the students, the kind of food they eat.
Nana, thank you for that. I suppose I do have to mention that because we can't tell you the names of the schools where Nana and Kojo's children, are learning. We also have to say that we haven't been able to independently verify some of the claims. For example, the one about the food, and also the one about the children.
Asempa FM.
Enti host of the Super Morning Show on Joy, Kojo Youngson, and one parent or calling into the show, Edin Komo. But so one a tough your kind the parent complained about Neba spending much more time at home than in school, and for reason internet was say utria for extra classes, and she makes the point say extra classes no utria bear 2,000 Ghana cedis a month on extra classes alone. She also makes the point say student ne ba ne ka train say omo de da form in this COVID-19 era aduane omudi wo school enye ono ne ba ekɔ school a 3,000 Ghana cedis no spending on provisions in kwa or on kolamienu, meaning 6,000 Ghana cedis. Prof, these are concerns from a parent.
Yo.
And then I'll be catching no.
Yo, Obi. Yes, so utie the Kwadwo kan no we natural sa ka say in some be our can he can't verify.
Yeah, independently verify.
And also untumi nso fa school no and
Edin tuja, yes.
Gidi say omo wo school no enti no omo mbomode no omo faman.
Okay.
Sabita price GS for your juma. Se bibia bi te sa ye kwan so ese enti omo de man ya ye bedi ho juma. They kind extra classes. Enra ya na me yonku bia ne bako school Roman Ridge.
Okay.
Roman Ridge school ne dem say Roman Ridge school.
A Roman Ridge school. Yeah.
Omo nka GS.
Okay.
And our friend ba no one no kasaja abrofo ma one no ka has your teacher come physics teacher there we no sin kware pa omo ha adweme say dey asem o se akwara no be kwa akoye GCS okwakoye O level no wafa physics teacher e dey ama no a obekere na dey extra extra classes one. Na akwara no on pa extra class nti esi teacher na delay across you munya o the baby obeba. Roman Ridge.
Wow. School.
Enye GS school extra class. Me call school 77 me call form 1. Me ma kwan a me ne me nananom ene kɔ me krom achima wisa ekɔ efum. Emme bia e beba se ma kɔ bia ebi wo hɔ no so an ma ba me ma me hɔ tema school. Ni ekɔ extra classes. Free SHS nyo no kofa extra classes by. Yen nyina obia tem bia me kai se me wo training college. Me ko pem ho asem as a class leader me ko na ye teacher ba ko me kai din.
Yes.
Na me di anim. Na say as ade kire na enkoso ye na we syllabus we can cover the syllabus na entumi nwie. Was Kwasi, do you know the syllabus? Questions on our set. Oh, how anything. The biano ya high. Say, oh, yentumi me way, yentumi ye say, intino. The bia ya ko university cry, university where you extra classes. And so you move brave, you say idea we are. You pese you could tea be ho, and now call one gaswa down for be ho, and now form group be nam pese musuya become, then be am pese mo ko munya come us ya chain dear, ya chremono. In the extra classes dear, any free SHS. Say any ye free SHS free ho.
Still extra classes for her. But I think the point and a woman episode raising, I don't know, but from where I sit and they say Oshesika Otria for extra classes are. Say yes, yeah, double track and colani tnefie and ebi omu school. Anka on trias
has anything. I didn't so or current trefie so Mohaya Moha. Mimquetri.
Yes.
Said Quamboating.
Yes.
Said Quamboating.
Yes.
Me trainer dear. Ewo School of Communication Studies. As my sandwich student.
Okay.
Not a regular student. They say regular for nusuya omudi infirm you nusuya no. Omo the baby means nusuya. Said Kwamboating was in my class. A friend say Fortune was part of that. Kwei ya no a taxi driver.
Okay.
He was part of it. Jane Kweku or daily graph mirror.
Okay.
Or my editor. Okay. They were all part of it. These people are mabubom within. Have they fell short of the almost year because of some year sandwich? Sandwich, no, ukwa. Any parallel, any distant learning, ye. Omni yepe.
Yeah.
And ye a quiet fast wire session. Time and Koran, the best idea. Ubet me a quatrain school ho in fear 9 in fear num. Nas will be a mamma chewa dear. Ubet me so I could do ho, busumi me, no. And so you better quite be swatched near my essay, busumi in fear me and son and fear 9 or to me this year. In this all share a calendar na. Sunday morning na Obroniba we take into consideration. We have a calendar na I made it choices here. Ubon say numbers be a one chain has it. Some numbers
extra contact hours. Okay, maybe when we get to the calendar now, your reaction to when you say extra classes, no?
Extra classes
with or without free SHS.
Extra classes. Ne baya dia ma oya de echen. Inti no extra classes on bekoso. Na your schools ne sisi omo ho no kra no. Ye mo ye bibia ti say extra classes.
Yes.
Ye friend say extra classes. Ne mo ya na say intervention. Na the entire ye pen say intervention ne say. Enye say Yapon ebia 3. Na 3 to 5 now the corona betem no asan kwachom de nka say ka kire ebia wakofa topic foforo no akire. Intervention the school bia ehwe ne nkora no no ma hwe ba bia omu gidi se nkora no tosin anase bia omu hwe omu resource apa ho na omu hwe ba bia omu gidi se omu tosin na oma miawan ni ama nkora no abasro wo sa areas no ndi bia English mo hu so English no edu ese so a yesukum ha se ese no na twe nkora aba fom ntede na ese no yetumi mo mo tro bi ye mom kwan mom tumi chocho bi ne ye corrections mom anti enu tama omokoye nsohwe no na cheso omutumi tro ni ye bia na nkunta na yi nkunta na anya nkunta ni nyina mu na emo topics bi wo ho no mu a chief examiners report aka say sa topics we afie bi ebisa question enso nkora no nta anya ade ye ta de ye compulsory inti monhwe inti na no mafa na mami omani na se mo ye ne extra class ye bodon no obi abetra classroom ha na yakofa topic foforo ba ko na e kire no kra wante ase wasan de bi maka no into ko tua 2000 mi aba be kire akora no enya no na ya asam no esese uhu ba bi kra akora no tosin o pese o makora no esua ho ade e no so ba be tena fie bosome ana bosome mienu a eno nche se so ha so be tena fie bosome ana bosome mienu a akora no o wie school no oba back into the society so obi a wie university akora wie university na so onimade pam onim just one san dwuma bi ya e de be na e beje afri no ho e be ma ne nim de ne na yi no kra akosoro so enso ye de ne de just say gise book na so nsua book a gide se nsua de nti de kan se omo ba sa time ya enne abafu computer mu ne ade abai yesuku mu cry restricting kwara ma no so cry asem fofra ye hwa aka ho asem akwara iba manu ko sa computer class bi no niam e bebue na adwene na onya kwan na ontumi network onya teamwork onya owie na so oba oman no oba be adwuma onimu wa ha onimu wa ha obetumi ne nkofo aye adwuma chense chenchen kwakofo obi no aba be kire no extra class no metua 2000 no ato nnuane nko a 3000
nnuane ne de no because almost say poor food quality for their children and they are compelled to now spend a lot of money on buying provisions.
It's a no say ni nya senka school krona na school a wo bibisa no on be ka kire if say me nwanwa kakra if say nipa bebre kra na omo ayesa ase ye mankwara ni trima yo mo de dodo
aduane amode ma wo no e school se wa Ghana
aduane e de ma mo nti ye ne aduane de di kan no ye wo foods and logistics committee head teacher for ka ho omo no aduane omo hwe aduane no so domestic based for ka ho GS for mpani for ka ho ministry any free SHS mpani for ka ho na buffer stock yene omu nyina transe ni ahyehye nnuane no ni aka nnuane omu no ayifo omu hwe aduane omu no aduane no omu tumi kire se bia se nkora 300 obenoa emu amoma ebia ohia olonka 9 ohia olonka num indi se omu de no man ya ni aye se okay nkora 300 no yemfa ne se na otwu bia obenoa emu miensa na amoma emu dodo abehia ni se obeye rice water na amoma emu dodo abehia ni sichire dodo abehia ni bibia nti ye ni nyina omua no mu ne ye di kan ya ye fiase 2017 ye du be 2018 mu ho ba bi no na fa ye sa adwane no craft busu dodo nti no na so omua na be transnyen yo no mbe ye no se okay yenti we so e bia we no yentu we so yenye ni se nti be me nwanwa se school bi wo ho no mo adwane no enya se na adwane na ado ma akwara na eniema ode hye na yin ma ye de eniema gare sheto
provisions 3000 that is eniema wo mo
and de eniema untumi ko fufu ho ma no ni untumi nka banku ma ni nti gare sheto no ato sardine conflicts edien nido we num no na ugidi se be bo akwara no ye chen kradokon no ne ayi nkrumankwan no mo ne kontomire ni adesa no na no dodo se nkwan no betumi di akwakwhye na daka 3000 and some no ba ya be stress ya na yesusu nka yesusu nka provisions are the American si emo aduane Ekosiisen ye omo amudi ani mo ko university omo time no kra na ye serve omo no ne ade no sila na ye won kofo university wo kwa ono so beto ni milobi ana obeto ni bibi kakra eno no de niema bi wo ho no mu a entwam si eda ho ye boarding school system the baby ana sakora bi skra wo ha behwe na bia ho special diet ana wo bibi titru bi a wo be pese wo de be ma no na ode akwa ana se bibi sa obi ani ho besi ho kwan na emum yensusu ma eniema no enye he free SHS no obi ani ho betumi aka kire se free SHS na aba no bibia ni ho bibia ye kronye bibia ye se bibia ye kronye a nka niema bi wo ho no kra ka bia nka ya anye ke wadan emra na nkora no ko school na omo an tua wo a obetumi ni atua wo a wotumi ni atua wagyan no na nkora be 800,000
Asempa FM
eni nkora be 1.2 million 1.2 million na chiri kra no se ye hwe nkora ekọ class 1 aye so mo famu a kokodu secondary school said de ina na do so pen na chese nkora mo kọ class 1 mrebia no mo ye 600,000 ebinum fifiri mu ni ade ni ntisi ye 1.2 no na nka ese ka ne papa mu a omo wo secondary schools sisi na ese omo ye 1.8 million adan na ewo school mu ha ese adan no nso na e friends obviously ese bi da form me se me pese me hu school kro a omo da form ese so hwete se calendar ya ya che school mu miensa yo school bi wo ho no mu a omo ye single track esa omo dan ne omo ne ma wo hunti ejide se single track no betmi aye yo school bi wo ho no mu a omo form 1 ene omo form 2 enyina ye double track ene o ba bi nso wo ho no mu a omo form 2 fo nko a ene ye double track na omo ye double track ni titru no de be ya enkwara no enfo forest inti ne de sa double track no
ede bai
omo nkonya ene omo mpanom ne ade no yebuso aye bia na so wahwa omo mo private school ne ade no so wahwa enkwara no omo tua fees bia omo tua bibia friend de maintenance fee meboa na ehonom no esa se maintenance fee no ebia ya na so ne ade nti no obi wa akwara no kra okusukwa na o maame ana o papa tu no fo se hwe na wankose akonya bia na wankose table bi yenso ye maintenance fee de my schools no enso mo dodo no ne ade na wo mu se obehwe na bia ebi abubu ebi ayese om de beto yanima ye toshim aban na eto aban eto bibia se bi ente se me no mienu ya ede sika ekoto ade ye betumi akohwe no mprensa afi da ko pesu mu ase eden ya we na mpe no akwakofa de ko aban die obe go through the procurement process obe se edumre bia edimre kakra enye school for no na eto ye some of the brain ne kwanso no na ye de aban sika na etua nti yen a ye tua ano no esi ehu wo de ba wo hwe me phone so si abon se bebre o ho mo de ba ye ne omo ye ebi so ho no ma behwe na omo abeka na ye hu se ye emergency pa na nse ya school ba ko frafra ha head no wi bi na ni ho han twede asem o se o cha na nkwara no be school na hwe ya nkunya na bibi enya bi ye will be wo na enso community school one boy minister man e ka chere FPM U4 emergency any
kokko supply so but the other thing prof and say and metie ma me voice na your boy na I get the impression so when him say this new calendar no for and na eda yanim no in me from January up until now ye di bronya wie ya nkwala ne start so omoko school no the point ne say according to them omoma no asai mre wo fie dan so ombe wo school what has been happening
so enu na ma chere mu say you fan say obey efi you fan say efi January
yes
be pem ne you fan so onko school kra afi na oba be kwa se ne yesi aye nhihye no emre bia na obekwa akodi ni wo ho no mo no ye be hwe se sa mre no Emma na disua no entom.
Okay.
If say school no mo kwa eya disua titru. Nti e be hwe se Emma adisua no entom. So hwe se ne yesi ahye no na. O hwe from 3 4 no. Omo wo from 2 no. Omo nya akwan ekọ school kakra. Emra covid ba ye nyina echi. Aban etumi ye nhyehyɛ ma omo kọ school kakra. Ema omo tumi kokọ wi om academic year no. Ena se akase omo be wie omo be ye ensohwe na omo wie ensohwe ni sei na yen hihye mu no de nti e ma omo ko school ni se ni nim so anhwe ya e bia wa yi ke be ka se ye ensohwe May June nti ne be ma nkwara no aba school e ma nkwara na cho ensohwe May June nti se ma omo tra fie sa amre na ye se covid abenti ye ma akwara no nko school no omo ba January ya pa se May June omo be kwa akoye ensohwe wa hwe ya omo bebre nti ye ne wa yi kinsu hia ene ye nhyehyɛ ena ye nyina ye pene so se ye nye no May June ene ye nye no last year to say August na last year so mo ye no August
okay
August September na say no ye twen akwanim kakra nti efi middle of August akokopim early October enombe middle of August no kra no ayomo mo ye visual art no enombe ye yom work na akopim end of August na nsohwe na nkasa na fi be 4th September de kono no ma fiase no mai nti no ye fa no say no ne de ehwe emredodo mu bedi ye hu so mbetumi anya be ye 1080 contact hours
1080
eno na ye the regular one schools no science intervention na ye kanon so no ya pon school awia na mo de science intervention ni bia hyehye ho Ebinum so okra school ni bi ho a nkwara na mo ekọ anopa ne ntem kakra weekend ebia no ma de bia hyehye ho kakra omo ye ne saa twetwepia de akam bia esese omusua no omunya kwan asua no pa ho a nkwara yi apart from say school fees no dan che no textbooks ya mom call textbooks elective ya to be there good omo library electives no the ntia ya nto amobia ne say electives no ye enye obia na ye elective bi nti so ka so ta be ye prekesen kakra nti ya to do se emfa ne say ebia literature ebia 50 ana bi say nti class bi omo wo sai no betumi akwaje omo tumi disua de e library ho time ahun so yes also use as reference no utumi use so no pa ho a aduane sam ya ye kanima no bebre ho no mu a yeyi yo how bebre afi nkwara so a omutumi sua de ubenya awofo kakra bi a omo de kekasi etua ubetumi ama oba 3000 e de ato niam agu na dakam na odi akọ school obi so ho a oba adaka no kra yekas wa hwe kra onya bipo na odi aba so enso ba sa aduane a ye ka ho asem eno a ena aduane no so metron for say de make o ma hihye eso di we no ma say alternatives e ba ne say ye ka say be di bayre ne anya bayre a e de be ne betumi adi ni nyina wo ho
okay
ni nyina wo ho nti eniema nkakran bi wo ho a touchim wo ade ni mu a emre bia ebe kame ate no ye bo modern se ye keka sisi ni na emum no ente se ne binum pese hu no
Prof, my more this other voice and so from another parent and onono raise issues about exams and a mano actually yinti ono so
is be at home since somewhere much.
Okay.
In fact, the free education is rather costing we parents so much. Why am I saying so? Currently, as it's at home, I pay not less than 350 Ghana every month for classes. Besides, I have to buy data of not less than 60 Ghana every week. And do you know the interesting aspect, Kojo? When my son was in school, we were told that they will be vacating somewhere at the end of, I think, March or so. Then suddenly, we had information that they are vacating Thursday, so everybody should come for your word. So my son, since he entered school, has written exams only one. They were preparing to write their end of term semester exams, but suddenly they were asked to go home. They didn't write for any exams. You get my point.
I do.
So why don't government allow us to pay fees and get quality education for our children? That we don't even know when they will vacate, when they will go, and besides, look at the cost involved. You send him within short time, you go for him again. Look at the transport, the risk. And surprisingly, sometimes food that they will eat is a problem. So suddenly they will just ask them to pack and go because government has no money to provide food. But the headmasters are afraid to speak out. Go and see where they defecate. They defecate in the bush.
Wait, Kojo, you made a point earlier.
Decent toilet facility for the boarding school. Kojo,
yeah. You made a point earlier. You were talking about how your children are being asked to pack and bring to school because there's no money. Explain that point again, please.
Yes, they were preparing to write their end of service exams. But the information we had that the teachers were tied to it was that there was no money to continue feeding them. And the form ones were preparing to come. And if they add to the number, there was space at the time because most of them were in the house. So suddenly, teachers were preparing the students for exams. They said, parents, we should come for our children. So they were not given the opportunity to write the exams. We went for them unprepared. So they couldn't write any exams. We picked them and brought them home. But we were told that there was not enough food. And the teachers even told the students that if your parents don't come and pick you early, you will not eat. So call them to come for you.
Wow.
So what does it tell you? It means that there was no food enough to feed them. So they didn't write any exams. Since my son entered free SHS, he has written exams only once. He's informed to. He has not been assessed. He doesn't get to be assessed. Kojo is very sad. I prefer to pay fees for my ward if the old fees was around between 450 to 500 Ghana. But now what I'm spending is way almost 3,000.
This is
So
interesting.
I'm not going forward, I'm going backward.
Asempa FM.
Prof, this is obviously a frustrated parent. Utie how our kasana just after mucha free SHS ne mukra man kra ope na untia school fees e man ba because this or share car or bus here almost 3,000 on the banner in terms of sikani ade ade o tuatua data ne hwan or science to make the point say ne banner call free SHS or form 2 but watch exams back ope. Why is that? Adey.
Nah. Anyway, my answer is straight. The attorney said, "Enquire on form 2 CCN. Omuko school September 2019. Omuma kwai ebaye. And almost 30 January 2020.
Omuma kwai no omu exams. End of semester exams at the time. Okay.
Omuma kwai by January and omuko school. Omuko here pe and COVID by any 2 school. Yan 2 school mama back for 2 school ma o man.
Obia.
You credit Juma credit baby near me and
yeah. In the other time, no, not semester ending to a man exams that time. Okay.
Obia yes fa
yeah.
At that time, no President Kai no omo ja omo pe omo ana omo be yen sohwe. Final year SHS 3 and a final year JHS 3. And some bakaya wayiki fonso am say President kasa wi am say nyama be ne na watwe se na watwe mienu na wayiki fonso be ye say ade na ekoso wo ama ni nyina COVID nti omu nyina ye say sese omu nya exam no nti teepe ene kasa ene yema omu nyina emrefie form 1 for ne de ne edi kan kra ma abefie deda nti akora na wo form 2 no obetra fie the whole year na aka no
the rest of
the year 2020 no 20 omo form omo form 3 cc no omo form 2 ene ye ne se ba ne se na me kan se ba ne se wayiki ye ne se January May June ebia bibia totomunti afie we obeye ensohwe no May June na san kwara no ho betumi a kire wo nti ene aban di hu nkomo na o se ye form 3 for no ko wi omo sohwe na o se ene JHS 24 ene SHS 24 mumo munko school nti mo ko school September October mu hon mo
that's September October 2020.
Okay.
At the time na form 1 for the form 2 CC no omo no mo fie throughout
nti omo no form 1 for wo fie form 2 CC no omo anko school to January ya ye be school
January be school ya no
be school no ko
it not just say for form 1 omo throw exams first semester ne pe that was the academic the semester starting September 2019
December 2019
and omo throw exams and one the whole of 2020 omo throw exams in the January omo call school no and omo call form 2
January omo call school no omo call form 2
in the namode announcement by say they will not need to write the other but you promote omo nyina
ya can say ya no high am better can say ye promotion ye na mum de ye ne say obekọ wanim obekọ class na mum niam na ka mu na wansua ye ni schools na hihia sa niam no omo de mu bekọ mu nkakra akra na afi mama ye no pimpindu kakra akra na ene de ye so usua ne sese no aba be hia na afi asua
but why is the parent then saying say ne ba ne wo form 2 cc a na watchro exams just one I don't know onim say COVID no ne ba ne betina afia na
eno na nka ese kakwadwo bisa no eno na nka ese kakwadwo bisa no you know
no maybe in so as a period e bia no mu ofie no
na the exam na be
it's online way bia
online de ye bi ma homo
okay
e ma ye TV ni radio nyina de ma homo na emom no ensohwe a de be kọ efie no de eno de ye ntumi anye
yes
eno de ntumi anye ho nhyehyɛ na menyi ni sɛ eno titiri na em sɛ na adwen maso but ese ka host no ko tumi
ebisa
saa asɛm no so enti bebrebe mo ka nyinaa sɛ free SHS de mahunu ni so sɛ awofo mo kasa sese no saa awofo no sese no mo ya awofo enti edumre bi na sɛ yɛ de kra ka ɛyɛ na ɛden kakra so no sese na sese na edu ane be ko school so enti ene obetumi akasa ene yintwa free SHS mu ne nyɛ free SHS no ene ensɛm na mo ka no enye ensɛm na mo ka no nko
in other words enye free SHS na akɔfa saa nsɛm na mo ka na ba
omo si aduane ni school ɛna enkwara no ntumi nidi na omo aduane nyɛ ne fine kosi school bia ne sebi ne manager wo ho obetumi anya school bia ebia bibi enkoyie wo ho no mo ebia aduane no ana se bibi sa ne ma no emre bia ode beto yanim no yetia na ya di huduma meko program bi so anopai omo frɛ ye bia omo kasa no ebinom so kra so complain say aduane no dɔso dodo esan say aduane no dɔso ntino ma school for no teacher for ne head for kra to me fɛ bi ne obi a wone dia wo ka fa sa de ho so obi so omo mu didi dodo obi so omo mu nidi obi so say na nkwara de omo ko school a ade na eso didi bebre ntumi nsu ade obi a wone dia oka e fa sa ade ho but so wunya school bia bibi potin bia sim na so omo ya so tia dia be ba ya ba news mu ni ade ni nyina yetu ho na mo ese teacher nya we head we akɔ ese so enti eniema no mo me problem e go school ABS school bi omu ni toilet facility omu nye say enye say bia free SHS ba ya happen na sebi toilet facilities nyina free school mu entumi manesa school sabi wo ho no makasi bi wo ho a wote omudin se nei ye ka kire wo bia wo ho na head na ba ku bia Eastern region ba ya o ka kire me say for a certain period o ba ya o se ye ni ye toilet facility enye nam say wugidi I was surprised and I'm say sense o se did that nyina I was surprised so me bo school ni din kire o se you marvel
wow
so into some of these issues ebi ho no na tran ho ya compile sanema ne bebre na ye based on your budget ne enema ne ebuebu mu ne ye no kakra enye free SHS no esan se ye pese etumi ye yie no na me kana sa calculation ay about extra sa ne be ya wo kan die senka obia akwara bia nya your friends afie bia no munya 1134 contact hours. Esan COVID na bae eni efia ye tran eni ye ho a kire yen ne sa ne maninti no. Ofa omomwo from one cc a obia be wienu anya 1350 contact hours. Ewo from one no. Enti che say nka so konya 1134. Says we 1350 into be 100 and kakra bia ba
beto so
oko from 2 almost go so munya 1134 sir and so from 2 for the year 1440 the omo de no so chen we no de no kakra ne say omo no yenim say akomo afe ba ku biom nti no say ye hwe na eniema tumi ekosoro kakra ma omo from 3 cc ano omo de na ewo from kakra omo de ne 1080 na de nti 1080 ne say omo no omo nya akwan emro omo from 2 ekokosua ade ne bi kakra ena baby a ensohwe no nso ye ne wayik April so aye de ahye cc ano eye sa August mfimfin ho de kono eno nso akoba ne se ya anya no ho ye ye no be August in September na October mfimfin na omu etumi make etumi eden so hwe no ba na ne January university for no so tumi de bue school in so ka so de ko be ye bia be ye October ending and now November ending and na university na bia bebue no be ye e bia March nti ade no enye sabi bosrem ka bia na se fitia ye shada transi get near na to pimpin now we are can say now we actually say and sana yet me yes animal.
But Prof, who you say over the past few months, no, and remember he said I bought parent me no voice and any students ni bia kasano concerns no similar issue of aduane, issue of overcrowding and ade yeah headmasters this will be a voice teacher for ni being swakasa and they've spoken about lack of motivation allowances are ebia was say bi munya omunsa enka house masters ni being so say omuni rest period bia because it's here no school is always in session over the past few months the men who am say any confusion ni be na aban first near him say gold track green track gold track for call no mama kwan about green track for call but it seems over the past few months since January no even gold track for nkwanpo no ya chembe 3 e bi call 2 weeks no aba na obi akọ eno no enye no na added to the confusion why was that happening
okay inti so over kaya ye fear finance no
yes
ye adwen say gold ni green no ye be yama form 2 form and no so cry school o ma no mo ye double track the na nyomu nyina akra na ye FM aban edi ne nhyehyɛ ya oka say bia inu be ye efimfie be ye numa na so de kona watumi ayi double track na ne ade ne nyina afi ho no odi so ema schools a omu hia adan no chese enkwara no nyeso munya de enkwara no bebre pesa school no
pesa school no
yes e kan ni hu say enkwara no omko school no by choice aha enti ene na me kan baby say o hwe yesuku adan a yewo baby a be dan ne classroom a yewo ye hwe mu no ne yewo be 533,000 spaces enkwara omo ye enso hwe na omo pass no omo ye be 492,000 in Jesus ye che ade a ka bia ye che ma obi anya bia enkom be school na ma ekwan aba be de school ni bim so na emom no ye wo school bi wo ho no mo a sa school no tutu na ya na enkwara no dodo ni nyina ebe pese omukọ ena esanse ye mpese ono so aye ne choice aye mpese ebe kwakofa yi computer sem ya ba se computer de mi akoto awe aye senti no ye makwan ma omufa omo ankasa omsuku na aban so ne pepem no oye se akwara no pe school no na ye betumi aye bibi ma akwara no tumi akode a yemfa yenye ena kofa double track bai ena aban na oye wie no san ye nhyehyɛ se o si adan na wabuebue sa school na ye kanu na nipa no bebret mi akọ de aka no kra ya na nkofo ani ntan nye ho no eno nso obebuebue mu de niema bi a ebi e wo ha ebi ni ha enti wo mpese wokọ na odi bi abem ti oguso ye ni nyina no obi be se wo ye nyina na o review enti ya ye ade no be mfie mienu ya hu sesese no ye betumi ama schools kakra bi na ebe ye double track ye bi free
okay
ene e ma second year for na ye double track ene ye se form 1 for nye ene ye se form 3 for so nye ene fi asese ye placement is ya buebue school no enti enim se betumi aye single track no afi ye fi asese ye placement ya he ya betra ofa ba bi to say we girls 4,750 inkwara na afa ho school no so say obetumi afa 700 pe 700 no befa no kra no eye adan na ya bue mu ama no
ala ma ultimi fa
and double track ntin sa ankwara no be form 1 na ye hwemu a enkwara yi omo awufo ye kasa bebre bi o kra be hwe na ono kra kan mu a esan se ye bue gunti na ma akwan ma ne batumi koye e se enkwara ye ntumi mo nkotena fie sa entina ya ye ebia we say guys ya yes okay and you say yenya no double track na at least of 700 biom ka ho a wa 1,400 emra na double track mmaye no emra na free SHS mmaye na we ge ne bia wa fa wa mia na ni afa pa na bia na 500 say yesisi dan ni bi e ka ho no on one track no otumi fa be 700 with me for baby about 200 account.
Yeah.
That's so on one track no so dina in the facilities no say it made the double tracker obit me for 1,400. 1,400 no on economy no. Oh, inti akoba ne sa no na che say san ye calendar no foforo. Na calendar no say oh yeah edimre kakra niema bi enso kokowukom kakra. E na se unya ye nso a de be bia no. Esan se na enye the original ayina na oye no wo ye pa wo twi baby kakra baby be yetia
Yeah.
baby yetintia baby be yetia